Okay, so I want to thank you all for making it to another meeting of the Santa Barbara Real Estate Investor Association, and this is our once a year big event, which is put on by Linda Pliagas, Realty 411, and it goes from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. So I want to thank you for those of you that are here nice and early. We should have given you like, oh, maybe we can give you all $1 million prizes, right? $1 million bills for being here early. So, here you can pass a couple of behind you because you've already got some, right? No, this is the first time I've seen it. Really? Yeah, I've only got time that I'm up here. So, you know, they're up there by the water thing too. It's just some advertising, $1 million bills. We've got a lot of speakers here today. We've got a lot of vendors out there. We've got some interviewing going on here. This is the Santa Barbara Real Estate Investor Association website, long version, short version, and then everything else you want to get to falls in down here. Everything goes on YouTube, so all the stuff that we do is videoed. It goes up on YouTube. It's free access. You can get to it anytime. And believe me, there's many times that I go back and look at the videos and go, I was sitting right there and listening to the speaker and I didn't get it. It took me like watching the video 3 times and I finally got it. So these are really valuable from that standpoint. It's all free access. This is meetup.com where you can be a free member for this REIA, and it helps build your network. People will look at it and go, oh, okay, you know, you want this or you got that to offer. This is really good. Free. Here's some of the things that I'll be covering today. And I'm actually not going to be up here speaking a lot. I've just got this short little thing in the morning to do. Okay. Linda Pliagas, Realty 411. I do offer free training. I got some businesses, National Home Buyers LLC, where we do joint venture investing. I've also got NHBIG Inc., which is wholesaling, fixing, and flipping. And we're kind of doing a whole bank side thing to get people for buyers and sellers and lead generation. So that's kind of going on too. And that's taken off slowly. John says, well, where is it, Dan? We've been talking about this. He's going to get there. The signs. Linda Pliagas. Hey, Linda. Thank you so much. Linda, you want to jump up just for a couple seconds? Okay. You want to wait? What do you want to do?
Can I tell them about my new deal?
Please do.
Okay.
Please do.
I'm excited about a new deal that I just found locally. I just closed escrow this week on a townhouse in Lompoc, Vandenberg Village, and we beat out 2 other offers. We came in at $154. It already has about $35,000 in equity, and we're going to be renting it out for $14.50 a month. So I'm really excited, and you know, I love real estate. That's my focal point and my passion, and I just want to encourage people and inspire and motivate them to also take action, because there's a lot of great deals out there.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, so much. I don't know how she does it. She puts these events on nationwide, city to city, state to state, 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, every month, every year, and she's doing real estate too. It's just incredible. I don't know how you do it. Look at this video. Our meetings are once a month. They're only 4 hours from about 1 till 4. And, you know, knowing what it takes to do that, I just admire Linda with all the inspiration she gives me. And so, thank you, Linda, for what you do. You're incredible. We have also helping host this event here is my wife Maria, who's over here. Hey, Maria. And my daughter Alana. Hey, Alana. She's not normally here, so she just came here special to interview the speakers and the vendors and different people who want to be interviewed and put up on YouTube. So Maria and Alana will be out there doing that. They've already started doing some. And then we've got Michael who's doing the videos. Hey, Michael. And he helps get it all up on YouTube and do what we're doing here with that. And then we have his girlfriend, Monica Worley, who is on guitar, on registration. She's out there doing the registration. And so you can see it's a family affair here. We've got so blessed to be able to have everybody, you know, doing this and having fun and just enjoying it. So what I want to say about this is what I do is that I'm not going to have a lot of time today to talk about it unless somebody doesn't show up. If the speaker doesn't show up, Linda will say, hey Dan, quick, rescue us and fill in some time. And I'll come back and do that. But I'm not really scheduled to do that, which means I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about what I do. I've only got a couple minutes. So rather than talk about what I do, which I did a little bit right now, it's all up on YouTube, it's at my websites, look at under the contact page, you'll see it all. What I'd really like to do is spend a little bit of time talking about maybe an inspiration, maybe I can inspire you with a few thoughts. And basically that comes from something that happened here in a dream. Okay, so this is one of my posts on Google Plus, focusing on the journey. Okay? As we go through life, you know it's always, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? All this stuff dragging down. Can I stay focused? And so, you know, it's kind of a battle that we all do all the time. And the other night, about maybe 2 or 3 months ago, I had a dream. And I have these dreams every once in a while. Some dreams are the future, and they actually, I see it, and I just kind of walk through it because I've already been there. It doesn't happen very often. I can't make it happen. It just happens once in a while. Okay? Dream about the past. Most dreams are kind of like, that's not even me. That's not even my life. It's just weird. You know? How can that happen? But I had a dream a few months ago, and it was a flying dream. My wife has said, well, you know, I don't really have very many flying dreams. Some people do, some people don't. And in my flying dreams, I'm not flapping my arms and moving my legs or anything. I'm just kind of moving. Okay? And in the dream, there's a bunch of people down below, and I'm just barely above them, and they're all grabbing and pulling, and it really kind of represents not so much the people as the things in my life that are like, wow, this is really tough. How do I get past this? And so I'm looking at the people, and I'm going, oh, I'm just trying to stay above it all. You know, I'm flying, I'm floating, but I don't know if I can make it. And I hear this voice say, you know, if you just focus, forget about all that, you can go wherever you want. So I thought, well, okay, I'll try that. And it wasn't like squeezing, it wasn't like doing something harder or flapping my arms. It was just like, okay. So I did, and I got above the problems and the crowd. And as I got above that, off in the distance, I saw all these giants heading toward me. And they were like 10, 100 times higher than the people before. I went, how am I ever going to get above that? That's like impossible. And I heard this voice say, you know, focus. Quit worrying about all that stuff. Just focus on where you want to go. So I went, okay. And I just focused, and I could just see and feel myself getting above that, just high enough to be out of reach. And I thought, wow, that's all I have to do is focus? It's like, that's really easy. How far can I go with this? How high? I've never really tried this in a dream. How high can I go? So I thought, well, I think I'll just test this whole thing out. And I looked up at the blue sky, and I thought, okay, let's see how far I can go beyond that. And the sky started to fade away into black, and I just saw all these stars starting to show up, and I went, wow, this is like really cool. I've never gone this far before. This was like really out there. Okay, so let's see how far I can really go. So I just started focusing on going out to the stars, and it was like I wasn't even moving. It was almost like they were attracting to me. Maybe I was moving, I was attracted to them. I don't know, but it was like faster than the speed of light. And I was just, wham, moving. And I thought, this is so bizarre to go that fast, to go wherever I want and do whatever I want just by focusing. And all of a sudden, I panicked. And I went, holy crap. Where's Earth? And I looked back and there was no Earth. And I thought, well, how am I going to find my way back? I'm out here so far, I don't know where I am. And I heard this voice say, hey, look, if you focus on where you want to go and the things that you enjoy, the things that you really like, does Earth really matter? And all of a sudden I went, well, now there's a concept. I looked back and I couldn't see Earth. It was like less than a speck of dust and a world of possibilities. And I thought, man, if I can just go any place I want to go that quick, and be and do what I want to do just by focusing, and forget about that other stuff, you know what? I think you're right. Earth really doesn't matter. And I was like, wow, okay. So I woke up the next morning and I looked around and went, looks like I made it back. Back on Earth. Okay, so what has that experience? It's very difficult for somebody to listen to this without experiencing it. In our life as we move on and we experience things, we really get the essence of that. In dreams, if they're very real, and I've had some really emotional dreams where I just wake up out in tears, those can be just as emotional, if not more, than real life. So now in real life, in my, it's consciousness, whenever anything happens during the day and I start thinking about, oh God, this is tough, can I get this meeting together, can I do this, can I do that? I just go, hey, remember the dream? Just focus on where you want to go, what you want to do, what really works for you, and make it a habit to quit thinking about the things that aren't working. It's kind of like trying to swim underwater and breathe. Imagine you're underwater and all of a sudden you want to breathe. Your natural reaction is, don't breathe, you're going to choke to death, right? If we practice hard enough, long enough, we can start having all that stuff that we don't want to deal with and go to and all that. It's not like denial. It's just like, okay, we're just not going to spend a whole lot of time focusing on it, that's all. Why choke to death on all that when we can get to all this? It sounds weird, but every time I go through my day and the least little thing happens, I go, oh, no wonder I feel like that. I just lost my focus. I'm thinking, what that crap? Quit doing it. Get back and start thinking about this. And it really has made a difference in what I'm doing, where I'm going, and just having it be enjoyable. Not so much pain and misery, because I'm just not going to go there. I'm just not going to spend the time on it. I'm just going to make a habit of not doing that. And it's not easy. It's a game that we all play all the time, and I'll play it the rest of my life, and there'll be times where people look at me and go, Dan, did you forget your focus because you're really on it? Yeah, I probably did. It's okay, I beat myself up because it's right back to the same stuff you don't want to be focusing on. So, hopefully that gives you a little something to think about as you do anything in life, whether it's real estate or not. You've got to go, well, pretty crazy dream, didn't really experience it myself, but maybe I'll try a little bit more than I have in the past and just see what it feels like. Because really, a lot of people say, oh, it's all this feel-good stuff, I'm just going to go do what feels good. If we had a choice, why would we do anything else? Why make it a struggle? Make it difficult. So we're here to have fun. We're here to enjoy this. This is the journey. This little post here is about focusing on the journey. Okay, and as it goes down, it talks about, some of the tools that you can use for focusing. And it's about the journey, not the destination. A lot of times if you've ever had a goal or whatever, you get there and you go, why am I not all that happy and excited now that I'm here? What happened? Well, it really has never been the destination, it's the journey. If we learn how to understand that happiness is just a choice, then we can enjoy that journey even more. And sure, the goals are kind of like the vehicle, kind of like the car that we get in to get where we want to go. But it's really the journey, okay? Now, I know some people go, okay, Dan, enough of all that positive crap. I want to know how to negotiate with a liar. Okay? Well, yeah, we've got to deal with some of that too. Personally, what I do is I try to get to the truth as quick as possible, and then I just go, okay, now I know the truth, goodbye. I'm just not going to negotiate, period. I'm just out of here. I'm done. I'm not going to spend my time on it. Sometimes we dig ourselves in so deep, we have no choice, and we have to deal with this. And believe me, this is happening all the time. When I put this little post out, I had somebody give me back an email from Ojai and said, Dan, I have been working for a year on a $1 million, $2 million property. This person has just been lying to me all the way through. Thank you for these tools. This is really helpful. You know, unfortunately, we've got a rental property in Santa Barbara that we just got rented. Tenants trashed the place, $30,000 worth of rehab, $10,000 worth of lost rent. We had a potential tenant that came in and said, I want to rent the place, but I'm not going to fill out your applications. I'm not going to do any stuff you want me to do. She didn't really say that, but she was saying it in the process. I'm not going to give you much information about me, and oh, by the way, I'll give you 3 months worth of rent or 6 months worth of rent. Anytime somebody's told me that in the past, it's always been a red flag because it's always turned out to be, that's the last rent I ever saw, you know. And then she went on to tell me, you look just like my dad. You are so handsome. My dad is so handsome. She told me that 4 or 5 times. If you read the article that's in here, that's one of the bold-faced headings that says, as human beings, we are almost inept at dealing with flattery when it comes to lies. And I read that and I went, boy, isn't that the truth? I almost went there, but I didn't. So in any case, a lot of good information is going to be here today. And as you go through the day, if you start feeling like, oh God, this isn't really it or whatever, one of the things that I mentioned in one of the posts is some people today will come here and they will walk out with an immediate change of direction on their life or where they're going and what they're going to do. Bam, it just hits them. Some people are going to walk out of here and go, wow, I was there the whole day from 9 to 5 and I didn't get nothing. And I mean nothing. 5 years down the road, you'll look back and go, wow, this is what I want to do. And this is exactly what they were talking about 5 years ago when I went to this meeting. And how do I know? Because I'm working on something today that people have been telling me for 5 or 10 years. And finally I woke up and went, really? I struggled this hard and this long to start doing what I'm doing now? Okay, get back on it and just enjoy it. So it doesn't really matter how you leave. Just be here. Just enjoy it. Just see what happens. If it doesn't sink in now, it'll probably sink in later. It doesn't matter how much later it is, as long as you keep showing up in your life what it is you want. You'll get it. It'll work out. It's 9:20. My time is up. I want to thank you all for making it here and enjoy seeing you throughout the day with all the